Welcome back, everybody. If you are brand new to this channel, then welcome to you guys. All my subscribers, thank you very much. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, this channel, what we do, what we teach is going to change the way that you guys trade. We're going to make you a more profitable, more consistent trader, but I need your guys' attention. I need your guys' focus. You need to put some time and effort into this stuff. You give it 6 months, you give it a year, maybe less than that, you will become a profitable trader. If you like what we're teaching here, make sure you're subscribed down below and click that bell. That bell will give you the notifications for when I send out the daily videos just like this one every single day for free. No charge, free videos every day. Make sure you're subscribed. This is our watch list for Thursday, Friday. Is this Lotto Friday already? Wow. Okay, so Friday, November 4th, Lotto Friday. And I'll tell you, not a lot of people know why they call it Lotto Friday. The reason it's called Lotto Friday is because a lot of the options contracts expire on Friday. So they move really fast. There's big gains, there's big losses. That's why they call it Lotto Friday. It's really that simple. So this is our Lotto Friday for Friday, November 4th. I'm going to jump into these setups for you guys real quick here, but I want to go through a couple things. Number one, guys, the platform that you see here that I chart everything with, that I draw my lines on, this is called TradingView. If you're looking for something like this, or if you're looking to try it out, if you go into this description down below under TradingView, there is a link there. Now, I'm not sure why more people aren't trying this out. Maybe you already have TradingView, but it's a free 30-day trial to their subscription-based services. If you don't like it after the 30 days, you don't have to use it. And they do have a free version of it, but you can try this stuff out free for 30 days. And then at the end of those 30 days, or before those 30 days are up, it only took me about 2 weeks before I decided, yes, I wanted it. But after those 30 days, if you choose to go ahead with a subscription, you will get up to $30 off of that subscription. So make sure you're clicking on that link after the video and trying this for 30 days for free. It's another free thing. Okay, so make sure you're checking that out. If you guys have questions, comments, please leave them down below. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're on Twitter, I am there as well, at Mr. Clark Griswold. So make sure you give me a follow over there as well. And in the Discord, the Griswold Trading Discord, the link for that is in the description below. And everything that I offer you guys, whether it's free or fee-based, can be found in that Discord. Okay, 90% of the stuff in that Discord is free. Most of the rooms are free. There is a private section for the Griswold Gold members. That is a $50 a month fee, and it gets you a lot of great stuff. It gets you a 1-hour Strat course that I've created. It gets you the Griswold Strat indicator, all the Strat indicators built into one for you on TradingView. So it gets you that. It gets you live trading bots for SPY, sends you out live setups throughout the day on SPY, and in another room with a bunch of other tickers like CCL and QQQ and NEO and Tesla, and there's a whole bunch more in there as well. It gets you ad-free YouTube videos, watch list videos. It gets you one-on-ones with myself, group sessions with myself and the rest of the Griswold Gold members, a whole bunch of other great stuff. So make sure you're checking that out in the Discord or on my Twitter at the pinned tweet at the top of my page. You can check it out there as well. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about are the ads. And I know the ads suck and nobody loves watching ads. But the ads keep this stuff, the videos, free for you guys. Those advertisers are paying for your free education. It takes me a lot of time to do these videos. So the way you guys can thank me and show appreciation is letting those ads roll through. And I thank you in advance for doing that. And one other thing, the super thanks down below. I've received a couple of those from people. The little heart with the dollar sign. Those are little donation things. Thank you guys very much for everybody who's donated to the channel for that stuff as well. Let's get started on this list. The first one I've got to go through with you guys is BIDU. And you know what? I told one of the Griswold Gold members he was excited to trade tomorrow, which anybody really should be. If you are like really green on the week, guys, I wouldn't risk a whole lot of money on these Lotto Friday plays. I would take it easy. Sitting on your hands is also a play. Okay, don't feel like you have to trade every single day and every single setup. You don't. If you miss one, that's okay. The stock market isn't going anywhere. Okay, it's always going to be here. So, in saying that, let's actually get started on this list. BIDU is the first one we've got on the list. We had a 2 down that finished green. So, I have a little problem with a bunch of these, and some of them I didn't list, but we have these 2 down greens, and they're very close to being hammer candles. You know, this body should probably be down here at this range here to be a true hammer candle, but there's a little bit of conflict because the hammer candles, or the inverse hammer, sorry, I should say an inverse hammer or shooter candle, they're an actionable signal, but this is an actionable signal to the downside, but it is a 2 down that finished green, and we have these 2 downs that finish green. I always look for a reversal back to the upside, and it doesn't have to be green to be a reversal back to the upside. You can have a red candle just like this one right here. We had a 2 down that was red, but we had a reversal back up. So we don't have to have a green here, but the green tells me that there's more probability that this thing is going to trend back to the upside. So the one thing I look for when I'm making this trade, I want this hourly and I want this daily to be the same color. Okay, if the weekly is the same color, it's a bonus. If the monthly is the same color, quarterly, yearly, it's all more in our favor. It makes the trade higher probability of it working out. The more time frame continuity we have in the direction of the trade, the better off we will be in the trade. And you know what? Now that we're talking about that, someone else asked me about how do I know where it flips? Well, here's the thing. I'll show you guys real quick. On the daily, this is where we opened, right here. Okay? This candle opened right here. So anything above this line, the day is going to be green. Anything below this line, the day is going to be red. And so the same thing applies on the hourly chart. If this is a brand new hourly candle, everything above this line is green, everything below this line is red. If we were looking at this as an hourly candle, okay, so this one opened up right here, anything above this line would be green, anything below that line would be red. And that's the simplest way to really look at that. So if you're having trouble deciphering that and seeing that, you can mark that out as the new hour opens, as the day opens, as the new 30-minute opens, however you want to work it, okay? Sorry, we missed BIDU. So we're going to look for calls on BIDU. We'll go back there real quick. Look for calls on BIDU at $80.09. First target at $81.25. My trigger for this price is okay, $80.09, but the first the strike price I'm looking for is $80.50 if they have it, or $81, somewhere in that range. And the expiry, it's Lotto Friday, so I'm taking closest expiry. I usually always do. If you're not comfortable with that, take the following Friday out, okay? Next up on the list, we've got D-Dog, that's Datadog, inside bar. So you see it's painted yellow. Okay, that's part of the Griswold Strat indicator. Now, it's part of the Griswold Gold membership, or you can buy it separately for $25, one-time fee. You get it for life. If we add to it, there's no additional charges. But that membership is $50. You also get the one-on-ones. There's way more value in paying for that membership than just buying the indicator. But, again, your choice, if at all. So, the inside bar is painted yellow, part of the Griswold Strat indicator. You can see that is labeled as a 1 bar in the Strat. So it's an inside bar. It's a consolidating candle. It does not break the high, and it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range, inside the range of the previous candle. And so I always describe this as the inside bars being spring-loaded and tightened and compacted. And if you can imagine a spring being squished down and tightened, and you were to let go, that spring is going to jump in one direction or the other. So that's what we look for off of these inside bars. And we look for these, if you see off this inside bar, we look for those big breaks down. Now this gap, so it's a little bit different, but that's what we're looking for. Now we also have full time frame continuity to the downside, also part of the Strat indicator, as are the candlestick numbers, the painted white bars, painted yellow bars. There's a whole bunch of stuff included with it. So we can look for calls at 79.03, first target at 79.24. The higher probability trade and more magnitude is to the downside if we take puts at 75.01 if it triggers, and then the first target at 74.80. We'll move on to GS. That's Goldman Sachs, has a 2 down green and a hammer candle, okay? So a hammer candle is an actionable signal. It's a bullish pattern. We can look for calls at 350.67. First target's at 357.44. That's good magnitude. And we've got time frame continuity on our side outside of the year on Goldman Sachs. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, 2 down green. So again, we're looking for that reversal back to the upside, the 2-2 reversal. So we can look for calls at 907 and first targets at 926, second at 949. Ford Motor Company, same thing, 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 1346, first target marked out for you guys. JP Morgan, 2 down green. And this is one of those ones where I kind of have conflict. Not quite an inverse candle, but it's pretty close. So we're still going to look for calls on this at 128.18. We've got time frame on our side. First targets at 130.36. That's good magnitude. XEL, 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 65.43. First target at 67.39. American Airlines, 2 down green. Calls at 13.87. First target's at 14.27. AMD, 2 down green. This is somewhat of a, again, we'd like to see that close down here somewhere in order for it to be a pure inverse hammer or shooter candle. But we can look for calls at 62.28 on AMD. BAC, 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 36.14. Great magnitude up to the upside at $37.28. And magnitude, first targets, where the bears have their stop losses, it all kind of means the same thing. So magnitude just means the spot from the trigger to the first target. That's our magnitude, okay? CL, that's Colgate-Palmolive, has a 2 down finish green. We're going to look for calls at 36.14. Sorry, was that BAC that we were looking at? Sorry, that was BAC, was the 2 down green, and we're going to look for calls there. CL, Colgate-Palmolive, is also a 2 down green, but again, we're going to look for calls at 72.76 and big magnitude up to the upside at 74.40. CVX, 2 down green. We'll look for calls on this one at 182.19. First target 182.90, and we've got good time frame continuity to the upside for that one. DIA, the Diamonds, Dow Jones Industrial ETF. We got a 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 321.85. GE, 2 down green. Good time frame continuity on our side to the upside. Calls at 78.78. IWM, 2 down green. We can look for calls on this one as well at 177.94. First target way up here at 185. Now, guys, just because a target is marked out up there doesn't mean we hit it. We trigger off of the daily, we target off of the daily, but we manage on a smaller time frame. So if you want to manage on the 30, you want to manage on the 15. I do it on the 5 because it reduces my risk significantly, and our goal, my goal as a trader, and your goal as a trader, and everybody's goal as a trader should be to minimize risk, protect your capital, and the best way to do that is to trigger on a higher time frame and manage on a smaller time frame. And you know, the higher the time frame you manage on, the more risk you're going to obviously take on, and the less risk you're going to take on a smaller time frame like the 5, because you're probably going to get kicked out of that trade earlier than you would on a 15 typically. Okay. IWM, so this is KO now. KO, that's Coca-Cola, has a 2 down green. We'll look for calls on Coke at $59 even. Moderna, 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 150.75. Morgan Stanley, ticker symbol MS, 2 down green. We've got time frame on our side, and we'll look for calls on Morgan Stanley at $84.63. First target, good magnitude at 86.72. Nike, 2 down green. We can look for calls on Nike at 91.61. Oracle, ORCL, 2 down green, calls at 75.69. Pfizer, it's PFE, 2 down green. We can look for calls at 46.80. I talk about this every time there's a gap. Okay, normally this target would go to the top of the candle, like we see there, but we have this gap, meaning there is no candle fill between here to here. Okay, so we have this gap, and when we have that, our first target becomes the bottom of the previous candle, and that fills the gap. So we fill the gap, that's the first target. The next target goes to the top of that candle. So when we have very small magnitude like this, guys, 15 cents, 46.80 to 46.95, we have to be cautious. And I'm going to show you what happens here. That's fib retracement. If we go into here and we do this rectangle, a lot of times what will happen, we'll open up and we'll come just above, we'll tag that target, and then we'll retrace, and you'll never see that target again. And that's why I always tell you guys, you know, if we come up through a target and retrace, make sure you're taking your profits. You can hold on and you can put your stop loss at the trigger if you'd like, but just be aware that a lot of times we trigger here or hit targets and then we reverse and we never see that. So I don't care if we hit targets and reverse through it and your profit is at 2% or 200%. 2% is still a winning trade. So make sure that you're taking your profits there. Okay, because like I said, a lot of times we'll break through that target, and you can go back and look on plenty of plays. We break through and hit that target, and then we reverse, and you'll never see it again. Not on that day anyways, okay? So that was PFE. We'll move into Procter & Gamble now, 2 down green. So we can look for calls on Procter & Gamble again at 132.64. And again, there's what I'm talking about with that target. We don't have much room to move there. So just be cognizant and cautious and aware that we might break through that target in reverse, and that's all you may get on that day. Okay, Starbucks has a 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 85.47 on Starbucks. SoFi, not something I talk about very often, but we'll put on the list here for Lotto Friday. We've got a 2 down green. We're going to look for calls at $5.39. And yes, it's only 31 cents to the upside, but 31 cents on 539 is a lot different than on $100. So you can look for first targets on SoFi. That's good magnitude on SoFi. Space, I know they had earnings. I'm not sure how well they went. I wonder if we can see it here. Earnings. Well, they were way under estimate. Way under. Estimate was minus 41, and they did minus 45. So I would expect Virgin to maybe take a dump. So we'll see what happens. I've got this as a 2 down green, but if it breaks the trigger, we can look for calls at 464 and first targets at 490 on Space. XOM 2 down green, calls at 111.82. Time frame looks good on that one. Spider XOP is S&P Oil and Gas ETF, calls at 153.58 and first targets at 154.62. That purple line is our quarterly, and we are 2 up on the 3-month chart already. So let's look for a continuation back to the upside on XOP. And that is the list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you thought it was helpful, make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. Make sure you're giving me a follow. At the end of this video, I've got a SPY playlist video for you guys, I believe. Or sorry, it's a gap playlist on the top right. So if in the morning, if any of these plays gap above or below the trigger, that gap video playlist will show you exactly how to handle the setups. The bottom right is a learning tools playlist, and then I think I've got the FOMC video 22 straight times, or 21, one or the other. 100% of the time it works out of the last 22 times. We killed it on the FOMC meeting this week. Make sure you guys are watching that video for the next FOMC so we can gain big time. Let's learn and earn together. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Get in on the Discord. Good luck on Friday, guys. Lotto Friday. I hope you guys do really, really well. Have a great weekend, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.